guys, here at the Road to Hall of Fame meeting in Kansas City, and I've got a special guest with me, Dave Witchard from FFL Velocity. Super excited to have him, want him to share some stuff with you guys, but have just watched, his group has grown tremendously fast over about 2 years he's been with us, and Dave's been a Hall of Fame producer and obviously has a big agency as well. But biggest thing with this being Road to Hall of Fame meeting, in your opinion, what do you think is like the most important thing that an agent can do if they want to help 400 families a year?
Well, I think, and I just want to say this too, the reason for me that I went and did this was because I needed to fund my business. Like, I didn't have money, like I had to make money. So by protecting 30, 40, 50 families a month, it allowed me to be able to put that money back in, right? So for me, I think it's preparation's key. For us, it was when I first started, Andrew said, hey, you need to recruit 10 licensed agents, 10 unlicensed people to bring business with you, and then you need to go protect at least 10 families or more a week, right? And so those are the things I focused on. So I control the controllables, which is be on dial day at 7:30 in the morning, in Monday and Thursday. I can control that, right? Have enough leads that I can dial. I can control that. Now, if it's a money thing, you got to figure it out. But once you get the thing rolling, as long as you invest back in the business, then you're going to be fine. So to answer his question, that's probably the most important part, because you can make money here. Most people that are watching this have made some money in doing something, even before you got here. But what did you do with it when you made it, right? And I think with us, you can make an inordinate amount of money in a very short period of time, and then you think you got to go buy a new car, you got to buy new clothes or whatever. Like, drive the same car, it's okay. Like, I was here, and I'll just share this with 2 years. We literally just hit 2 years, and I got my wife a new car, first one she's ever had in her life. So I didn't change my lifestyle for 2 years. I said I need 2 years, and we're just at 2 years. It's funny, we started March 15th of 2020 building this thing, and so it's so real. So if you work really hard, so I think it's just having enough leads, being on out, making sure you're booking 12, 15 appointments at least over those 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and also Friday, and run weekends. I think Saturday's important. You can catch a lot of people at home during that time. Those are some things I would say.
Yeah, and I think it's the consistency of it too, right? It doesn't matter whether you had a good week the week before or how much money you got in your account, right? Because you were doing it from a standpoint of funding your business, and I just got to keep going because I need the cash flow to be able to fund the business and grow it quickly. And it doesn't matter, it's like Groundhog Day. That's what I talk about all the time. It's like Groundhog Day. Monday, wake up. I don't look at how much is in the account. It's like we did the same thing over and over again. So, from an agency standpoint, like, what are you most excited about right now, just within the company, within FFL, within your agency? I know you got a lot of great things going on. What are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited about the possibilities of integrity. It's real. It's in front of us. For Velocity, it's in front of us. I always say Velocity, why? Because it's not me. It's about our team, right? So we don't get to where we're at without a great team. We don't get to where we're at without caring for other people. So for me, it's about, we've got my man here, Cody, holding the phone, doing this video right now. It's about helping him win. It's about his brother Brandon, I'm just saying, we shared this yesterday, getting them the fastest to $1 million ever. Can we do it in 6 months? It's setting a new bar. It's looking in the organization, and I say organization, but our team, and saying, hey, who can I help get to integrity? Who can I help change their life as a new agent come on and again, changing their life? Being able to pay their bills, being able to take care of their home, being able to take their family and change their lives. And so I think that's what's exciting to me, is just to, I struggle probably more than anything, honestly. I think I was sharing this with you last night. Like, I'll have sleepless nights because it's not about me. I'm going to be good. You know what? Because I could start tomorrow and go out and protect 10 families. Like, I can do that. I was driving home, we went back in the field last year, and I was driving home, and I protected like 7 families that day, roughly. And I'm driving home, and I called my wife. I said, you know what's really cool about this, hon? I said, I know I can go out and protect 10 families in a day, anytime I want, or in a week, over that course of time, in a couple of days, and take care of my family, no matter whatever happens. Like, I knew I could do that. Everything falls apart, I could do that. And so I think it's teaching people that they can do that for their family, but they have, like he said, consistent. I didn't take a lot of time off, things like that. So I think the teaching part of the business is exciting to me. because like Brent, we were on a call earlier, just like talking about that, like really getting to know their family, what's their why are they here, helping them achieve their goals, but also teaching them how to hold on to that money and do it the right way. I'm not saying, dude, I didn't keep thousands of dollars in my bank account. I just kept, investing back in business, hiring staff. The quicker, every time we weren't growing, I'd hire no staff. I mean, I just did. Like, we want to recruit more people, hire no staff. And so we've just been super blessed. But I think that's it for me too. I share my faith is that I believe that we're all here at the right time, the right place for a reason.
Yeah. Well, man, listen, I appreciate you sharing with the men and women, and I appreciate you. I love being in business with you. As you mentioned earlier, we share a Georgia Bulldog, nation, and got to share that. I guess to win the national championship together. That's something we'll never forget. But just enjoy being in business with good people who want to serve agents, want to help agents. That's the way I've grown our business, and we've grown our business, and that's the way we're going to always grow it. So appreciate you sharing. Absolutely, man. Appreciate you. All right, man. You too. Hey guys, I'm here with Brandon Kitchings of FFL Marathon. We're in Kansas City at the Road to Hall of Fame meeting. Foot of snow on the ground. Got a bunch of people in here dialing since 7:30 this morning, and it's gonna be an awesome day today. But Brandon, for somebody that's listening, that is just starting or wanting to become help 400 families a year, right? Become a Hall of Fame member, right? In your opinion, what's the most important thing, like the one or two biggest tips you could give somebody to say, hey, if you do this, you can become a Hall of Fame producer? Like, what would that be in your mind?
The first thing would be, stacking the deck in your favor. Like, first and foremost, whatever amount of leads that you think you need for a weekly basis, you purchase double the amount. Okay, and what that does is it ensures that you will hit your goal, for the week, and gives you that opportunity to really take the top off of your business and go the extra mile with stacking the deck in your favor. Okay,
so now have you always been that way, or early on were you one of those? Because I know I was thinking, well, how can I make a bunch of money without spending much, right? And I was cutting myself short on the appointments. So, like, how long has it been, or when did you realize, what made you realize, hey, I need to buy double the amount of what I think I need just to make sure I can't fail, so to speak?
Well, I don't know. A lot of people kind of know my story. My very first lead purchase, I remember Stephen Yee told me good. At that time we had the final expense Facebook leads only, $25 a piece, and he told me good. Whatever you do, don't buy 20 leads. That was his exact line. You need at least 40 or more, to give yourself the best opportunity to be successful, because you're new at this. And I got off the phone with Steven and I purchased 20 leads. And I remember, like yesterday, I made 0 sales out of that batch. And that was my aha moment with, first of all, listen to your upline. Whatever your coach, your manager is telling you, take your brain out of your head for the first 90 days, insert your manager's brain, and do everything that they tell you to do, and you're going to be very successful.
Yeah, I love that, and it's something, that's one of the biggest things I love about our business more than anything else is everybody, like, there's people that have always gone through the minefields before you, right? No matter what stage you're at in the business. Right. And so all we're trying to do is help certain people not step on those same mines that we stepped on.
Exactly.
And anything else, I think leads, that's a huge thing. Anything else as far as, I know you do things a little bit differently. You do a lot of virtual sales now, at least. Right. But as far as like somebody that is running out in the field, let's say for instance, or a hybrid type schedule, like how many appointments, or what does the schedule look like, of the mindset, right? Lead purchase, I think, is huge, but the mindset of how to be structured and disciplined to have that consistency. Like, is there any piece of advice you could give them on that?
Well, it all leads back to, again, stacking the deck in your favor, which is going to allow you to get to the amount of appointments that you need to consistently be successful here. If you're in the field, 30 is 30 or die. Like, you got to have 30 appointments a week if you're in the field. Now, if you're switching over to telesales, virtual sales format, it doesn't mean that it's going to get easier and you can run less appointments. Okay. So you're going to need 40 to 45 appointments, if you're doing virtual, to make up for those times where you may not get that particular sale that you would have gotten if you were in the house, to offset the differences. So the biggest thing is, your mindset has to be stack the deck. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to make the sacrifice. I'm going to stay disciplined, as well, throughout the process, to be successful.
And real quick before we wrap up, you said something to me a little while ago about, man, whether I'm in the field, whether I'm selling virtually, all I'm thinking about, my goal is helping 2 families a day, right?
Correct.
And so talk a little bit about it, because I think that's important, because a lot of people, especially a new person, thinks, oh my God, 400 families a year, that's so much, right? Mm-hmm. But if they shorten that time and they just focus on those, that shorter term goal of, I just need to help 2 families every day. Well, I mean, do the math. If you work 4 days a week, that's 8 families. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about that, and that also helps keep you off that emotional roller coaster as well.
Yes, because if you just focus on just the 2 families, and I'll tell you, that's when my business actually took off, was when I stopped focusing on the money that I was looking to make, but actually just focus on the families that I needed to protect, because the money is a byproduct, right, of what we do. So if you just focus on the families and let that lead you every day, then that's going to help keep your mental where it needs to be, so that you can fight through the adversity, fight through the challenges, because it's all about getting to that next family to get them help. And again, if 2 a day, 4 run days, 5 run days, do the math, it gets you where you need to be.
Yeah. Well, listen, dude, I appreciate you, and I'm just getting a chance to know you. I know you live in Phoenix, and I'm looking forward to spending today with you, and I'll do anything I can to help you, and I'm just excited for you and where your business is going, and I know it's going to only grow the rest of this year. Excited about some of the changes you're making, and want to see that group get to the point where you're helping 1,000 families a month quickly.
No, and I appreciate it. I still remember the very first Phoenix conference when I saw you speak, you and John, at Greg's conference in Phoenix, and so today, to be here today is so surreal, right? Just 2.5 years ago, where I was sitting down in the back of the room watching you speak, about balance, about not chasing balance. Just, hey, it's not going to be any balance, and that still resonates with me now, and that's what allowed me and my family to get to where we're at because of what we learned from you that first day.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate what you're doing for a lot of families, helping a lot of people out there, and guys, have a good rest of the day, and Brandon, I'm looking forward to learning from you the rest of the day today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm a man. Hey guys, here in Kansas City at the Road to Hall of Fame meeting, gonna have an awesome day today with 5 or 6 different people who have helped over 400 families in a year, basically teach and explain how they did it. And got one right here with me, Evan Melchior, FFL Compassion. And it's funny, I want you to kind of share a couple little things with everybody, but it's funny. We were talking a little while ago about, like, it was 2 years ago this month that you started with Family First Life, and you didn't submit really your first good month. I think you helped about maybe 20 families in March of 2020. In less than 2 years, you've gone out and helped, I think over 1,000 families, put a lot of life insurance in place for them, and also changed your family's financial future, and in such a short period of time. So real quick, Road to Hall of Fame meeting, if there's one thing maybe that you could pick out, if you got somebody out there listening that says, hey, I want to do the same thing Evan did 2 years ago. It's February now, I'm going to go start cranking in March. What can they do? The most important thing they can do to be a Hall of Fame producer in your life?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it just comes down to the scheduling aspect of it. The first things first, you got to make the dedication, the commitment to your goals, right? If you want to be a Hall of Fame producer. I remember I was telling this to somebody the other day. I think when I look back, my first 9 months in the business, I don't think there was one Monday or Thursday that I didn't dial the phone. So whether there was, family was going up north to hang out, going to the beach, whatever. There's no beaches like down by you, but I just made sure that every single Monday and Thursday, no matter what, I was going to dial. And nothing got in the way of it. I think distractions put aside and just making the decision to not let anything get in the way.
Yeah. And it's that consistency of it, right? It's like, I remember there were days where you were like, man, I'm not feeling so good, but I'm going to dial anyway. Or I remember you having conversations with me about, hey, the family's going here, you know, I really think I need to work because I got that momentum going. And that's one thing about it. And it's just for a short period of time. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing, right? Looking back on it, it's like you give up a little bit, you sacrifice a little bit, you have that consistency, no matter how much money was in your account or how bad a week you had had or how good a week you had, you just did it, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, starting over after every week, after every month at 0, kind of using that to play some mind games with you to want to get back on top.
Yeah, you have to play games. You have to stay motivated. You have to, you know, every single day we're at 0. We've got a new opportunity every single day to go out and help a bunch of people and to serve a bunch of people in this industry. And it's such a blessing to work with guys like yourself. And dude, I appreciate everything you've done in 2 years. I know it's really still just the beginning for you. And you've paved the way. You've shown how easy it is to go out and help over 400 families in a year if you just put your mind to it and just go to work.
Yeah, and I think one of the coolest things, you know, we were actually here, same location last year for a convention. I remember being on stage, getting the Hall of Fame, the red jacket and whatnot. I remember specifically, you know, looking out, Kiefer was in the crowd, and I'm like, I'm looking, I'm seeing that all these people that are here attending, learning, that they have the opportunity, they have the ability to do the same thing. Kiefer went out and made it happen. And now it's like, this year, who's gonna be the one that steps up? There's gonna be more than one, but it's like, it can happen really fast.
100%. Exactly. Well, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for sharing. I know it's going to be an awesome day today, and looking forward to learning from you today.
Looking forward to learning from you.
Hey guys, Brent Abernathy here at the Road to Hall of Fame meeting in Kansas City. Obviously got about a foot of snow on the ground, which is crazy because we got like 20-30 people getting ready for this meeting. Everybody's here ready to learn, and I'm excited today. Got Bobby Bridges from America with us, and first and foremost, before I turn it over to you and let you share kind of what America's got going on right now and all the good stuff, I just want to say thank you to you and to America, because I've been here since day one with the relationship with Family First Life and America, and I can say 100% without a doubt, Family First Life wouldn't be where we are today without the support, the loyalty, the partnership that we have with America, and that's appreciated. And I know you guys are constantly, every single day, trying to get better on your end and asking us, you know, how we can get better, and that's what a true partnership's about. So
That's what makes it special.
yeah,
Truly.
it's special. So I appreciate that. I know you work your tail off trying to make things better for the agents out there, and
So do you.
just share whatever you got going on, whatever any new things with America, anything that you want the agents out there to know. It's
Yeah, no, absolutely, and again, great outcome of the meeting. And for the new agents watching, I don't think it's funny because you know, you go to a lot of different meetings or sessions, you know, with different groups, and it's a lot of rah-rah. Right. And I don't think new agents realize the company that they're in, right? What I mean by that is, I'll give you an example, right? From Labor Day, September 2nd to the end of the year, Americo contracted over 13,000 FFL agents. We sent out welcome aboard emails to 13,000 agents in Q4 of 2021. So my point is, it's in a very exciting time, especially after a conference. People are very, very excited to protect families, and what better than a great product, right? So we do have a lot of things that we released or announced on stage, which starting tomorrow, okay? If Tyler's in the back hearing me, starting tomorrow, because he's been asking this forever, and this is what makes the relationship so special, right? We get a lot of the information from the field. We want to implement change, not, you know, because it's got to benefit all three, right? It's got to benefit the consumer, it's got to benefit obviously the producer, and then obviously the carrier. But my point on that is, 450,000 on term, our HMS series, okay? Home Mortgage Series is what that stands for. 450,000 non-saliva, up to 450,000 non-saliva, all right? Starting tomorrow, February 18th, huge announcement.
I can tell you're excited.
Well, I am because
like we're gonna have all these people from these other meetings
do you know how many
coming
people-
out and being like,
Yeah.
"Who the heck's yelling?"
Well, sorry. Well, no, it's just well, I'm excited because there's a lot of again implementation that we get from the
100%.
field. We want
That's
to.
huge.
Well, we were the first ones to come out with the EAP in 2014. You guys told us to do it. We did it. You know, you guys always mention and suggest that, hey, so and so's doing this, or you guys should be looking at doing this. I mean, why do you think we came out with texting capabilities now? Text signature on the new EAP. So literally, instead of face to face, you can sell virtual, okay, and have the client, if they want to have a text signature option, we send them a pin. They give the pin to you over the phone. Boom, we initiate underwriting right there on the spot. The new EAP, by the way, I don't know if you have announced this, but you need to check out the EAP. It has been condensed. It should save you on average about 5 minutes. So if you want to protect more families,
It's always a good thing.
That's what I'm saying. And on to the next part. Use a new EAP.
Yep.
So, and again, there's obviously I know we're kind of short on time, but with the new text signature, with the new HMS series 450,000 non-med, I feel like I'm forgetting something else.
Well, I mean, you're forgetting one of the biggest things that we've appreciated about you guys is, and this has been going on for a while, it's not new, but you guys give 8% bonus
oh yeah,
to the agent, every 6 months. And that's such a blessing that, so an agent, let's say that's at a 110% commission level, well, they're actually at 118% with Americo, right? As long as they sell, what is it, 45,000 every in a 6 month period, and so we got agents getting checks, that are really, really helping them support their business, support their families, do things they want to do with their families, things like that. And so yeah, you did forget that.
Well,
but
the funny thing is because there are some agents that have a substantial 8% in a 6 month period that are almost annual salaries. And I actually asked them, I go, what do you do with the money? And the funny thing is to me, and ironically enough, when they say, oh yeah, well, I just put it back into the business. I'm like, oh, that's why they grew.
That's why we grew.
Weird.
Yep.
So again, we really do appreciate all that you do and all the business you send us. And we value the relationship we have because again, like I said, this is a perfect marriage. I never have to guess how you're feeling. You'll let me know. And so, but that's a good thing, we need to know these things from the field and what works and what doesn't. So again, from Americo, on behalf of Americo, I truly do appreciate it, Brent.
Absolutely, man. Well, we appreciate you. And guys, get out there, write as much Americo as you can. My biggest advice inside the home is when somebody calls me inside the home and says, hey, what product should I be writing? And the first thing I always say is run Americo, and then if for some reason it gets declined, call me back, right? Just run it through, see what happens. Great partnership, great product, pay well, compensation well.
And again, if you are new and you haven't, or even if you've been a veteran and haven't been on the website, because you'll find all the information, especially the new EAP. Go to ffl.americo.com, ffl.americo.com. You guys are part of one of the best IMOs in the entire country.
Not probably.
Not probably. Fastest growing too. It's insane.
But we appreciate it, man. And obviously, if we can ever do anything on our end, just let me know. If we can get better on our end, we're always looking to get better every single day. And just appreciate the relationship. All right, man.
Thanks, Brent.
All right, man. Hey guys, I got one more guest here from the Hall of Fame, Road to Hall of Fame meeting here in Kansas City. Colton Duhr, FFL Breakthrough. I'm gonna let him share something in a second, but before I do that, what he's been through today is what FFL is all about. Colton lives about 3.5 hours away from Kansas City and was scheduled to come in here and train as a Hall of Fame producer. And we've got about a foot of snow on the ground. And so it took him close to 6 hours to get here today, but he still got through it and got here just to train and to serve the team. And so, dude, I appreciate that. Appreciate you being that way and serving the team. But as a Hall of Fame producer, helping 400 families a year, if you could give the men and women that are listening one piece of advice, or maybe two pieces of advice, the most important things in your mind that they need to do if they say today, hey, I want to be a Hall of Fame producer this year.
Yeah, well, once again, thanks for having me out here. But, a couple things is just having extreme discipline and having a good mindset, because those are two things that you can control. And if you can focus on things that you can control, then you'll have success. And just being disciplined on how many leads you're going to get a week, how many dials you're going to make. You can't control what people say, how many people pick up, but you can control that. And just having that mindset of when the going gets tough, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to explode and break through these obstacles that are going to arise, and because there are in our business, it's not all sunshines and rainbows. But if you have that mindset of a good mindset and a good positive attitude, then it's all going to work out. But when you put those two things together, you can have success.
Yeah, it's funny, and just thinking about what you've been through today, and as you were training earlier, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? Good things happen for people that do the right things and that fight through that adversity, fight through those obstacles. And I have no doubt that here in the near future, you're going to have something come up and you're like, it's weird, not weird, how it works out that way. You know what I mean? And I know your group's going to explode this year and stuff, but man, I appreciate what you do, and I'm looking forward to this year and what it's going to be like for you. I know the whole company, it's a year of growth, right?
Absolutely.
And everybody out there can go help 400 families a year. It's just about having that discipline, that structure, and that consistency, and focus on what you can control. That's an awesome message. So appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, man.